So I finally got my crap set up, and I was super excited to do a tutorial, and I realized, oh my god, I can't teach you guys how to do anything if you don't know what you need. Duh. There is nothing worse than being in the middle of a freaking tutorial and you get so excited and you can't wait to do it, and then you sit down and you're like, oh, I don't have that stuff. Then you have to stop everything you're doing and put your freaking pants on and go to the store. If you have stores like that around you, we don't. It's freaking Ohio. There's one. It's not even worth putting pants on for. I hate pants. But I love YouTube videos because you don't need pants. I might not be wearing pants right now.
I'm not. Got some hot dog action going on.
I just lost a lot of credibility with a lot of people. It's been that kind of day. There's a crap ton of information that I got to throw at you. So much so that I can't put it in one video. You're welcome. So I'm gonna do it in two. One is gonna be face and body paint, and the second one is gonna be the special effects stuff. All I'm gonna do is go through all my crap that I have, give you my opinions. If you don't want my opinion, fine. I don't know why you're watching this video then. If you get lost anywhere along the way, or if I don't explain something as well as I could have, which is quite possible because I have ADD and I go off on tangents, in case you haven't noticed that by now. Anything that I need to elaborate more on, please feel free to ask questions in the comment section below. Questions, comments, concerns, or if you just want to say how cute I am, down below. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get those annoying notifications that an even more annoying person just posted a new video. Here we go. Paint. And it's not so much paint, it is makeup. They just call it paint. Face, body paint, whatevs. I've got my serious mode. If a paint is approved by the FDA, it does not mean you can use it on your face. Acrylic paints, poster paints, you know who you are, any kind of craft paints that don't say they're for the face or the body. You don't put it on your face or your body. I warned you. My favorite kind is water-activated paint. There are 3 kinds of water-activated paint: glycerin-based, wax-based, powder-based. First thing I have to tell you about water-activated paints, they are activated by water or some other medium like Liquicet or mixing liquids. The fact that they need water to put them on means water will take it off. If you were in a situation like a concert or some other situation where you're sweaty, it's gonna come off. You can set the makeup, you don't have to. You can set it with a powder, and if you want to go one step further, you can set it with a setting spray. It makes it a lot more durable, but it will still rub off. Everything will rub off. I mean, if you're like, it's gonna rub off. Yeah, I think. But we're gonna start with the glycerin base. Brands that I know of the glycerin-based water-activated paints: Graftobian Pro Paint, Mayron Paradise Paints. I like Paradise Paints because they have like coconut oil and aloe and stuff in them, so it actually smells like sunscreen. I love the smell of sunscreen. If you could bottle the smell of sunscreen. This is what happens. This is just what happens. There's no excuse for it. This is just me. Snazzaroo. My brown one's already gone. I think the dog ate it. Kryolan Aqua Colors and Fab are other glycerin based. Those two I have not tried myself, so I can't tell you if they're good or not. Glycerin based paints are a little bit softer in the cake than the other water activated paints. They also dry slower, which makes them easier to blend. I don't necessarily like glycerin based for detail work because it loads thicker on the brush. And if you want a fine line and it loads thick on the brush, 1 + 1 =, then you came to the conclusion. Wax-based, water-activated paint. Tag, Chameleon, Diamond FX, Wolf Brothers. Oh my god, do I have them all? I collected them all. Pokemon. I like wax-based paint. Great for line work. Not great for blending once they're dry. I have had way too many experiences. Way too many. It takes me a long time apparently to learn from my mistakes. I get almost done with my work and I use a wax-based paint and it dries and I can't blend it, and it's kind of like I'm just pretty much screwed after that, and then it's a nightmare. Great for line work, not great for blending once they're dry. They dry a lot faster than the glycerin based ones. The third kind of water activated paint is powder based. Mayron Star Blends, Ben Nye, Magic Cakes, and others. I don't like them enough to care. This is what I started out with. Depending on the brand, you can use them wet or dry. Now, the issue with powder, every time you use them wet and then they dry afterwards, in the cake I mean, the powder compresses. Every time you use the cake, it gets harder and harder to use the next time. I don't like it. With that being said, it's great to use as a base. They're very blendable. It's very, it's like a powder once it dries. Powder-based cakes also seem like they stand up better to sweat than the other two water-activated paints. They're not horrible. Had a couple bad experiences, and I'm just a little biased. So as a recap, 3 water-activated face paints. Glycerin, great for base work. Wax, great for line work. Powder, great for the trash. Just kidding. When I first started, I did everything mainly in eyeshadow. You gotta start somewhere. And then around, Halloween, oh, Target sells face paint. I mean, yeah, they do, but the most widely found face paint is gonna be cream paint. You can get cream paint in tubes, pumps, wheels, pallets, in stacks. These will dry, but you do have to set them with a powder and or the setting spray. They're gonna come off, whatever. You don't need water to activate them. Lots of touching and rubbing will take this paint off. Again, anytime you're doing this a lot, especially kids, it's gonna come off. Like, oh my god, shocker. No, it's gonna come off. Brands of cream-based paints. Ben Nye. I got this when I first started too. This is a bruise wheel, so it has, all the different colors that you would need for a bruise. This is just the bruise wheel. I do have a master bruise wheel as well that has a couple more colors. Again, do your research before you go shopping, because I wouldn't have 2 freaking bruise wheels if I did my research. Ruby's Costumes, Mayron's Fantasy FX, cream-based. This is what you can find in Target, Walmart, any Halloween store. Cream-based paints. Stacks, and screw it, and there's your color. Stacks are pretty much the same as these. You get all the same colors. I was making sure I didn't have like a third with all the same colors. It's just in a stack. So pretty much all the paints that I talk about, I have. something to show you or how to, whatever. The one that I will not have and that I will never have, grease paint. Most commonly used by clowns and the theater. People who perform in the theater. Oh! People who perform in the theater. Grease paint never dries. You can set it with powder, but then it's waterproof and you need like cream, cold cream and soap, like a lot of soap water. Like a scouring pad and soft scrub and 409 and maybe eventually it'll come off. Grease paint is not for detailed line work. Grease paint is made for, again, the theater. They sit back. They don't see all this. They see the accentuated features. It doesn't need to be super detailed. Yay, because you could never do it anyway. Don't use brushes on grease paint. It's just, it cakes in the brush, and it's just as hard to clean the brushes as your face. I mean, it gets a little easier because you really don't care. You can I've thrown brushes away. I don't know why this is making me so sad. Just like cream paints, they don't need to be activated by anything. You take your brush, you scoop it, and you slap it on. That's the best way to describe it. Like, you just take a freaking spatula, and not spatula. Yeah, spatula, and you just, or like what you use to drywall. Oh, and don't scratch it. I mean, you will want to scratch it because it's so thick and your pores are clogged and it's itchy and you just want to scratch it off and you can't because then if you do, it's going to leave like freaking Grand Canyon in your cheek. So grease paint. You can use it. It's fine. A lot of people do. It's fine. They're not any less of a person because they do. Grease paint. And scene. Another one that you don't need anything to activate it is liquid makeup. I'm not that much of a fan. I don't think it's opaque enough for line work. You can build it layer on top of itself. You can also use this for your hair. Don't use this if you have hair like mine, which is obviously not natural. Okay? Color treated, chemically treated hair, no. Maybe the white? No. It's not opaque enough for me. I wish I had bought a smaller bottle. I'll find something to do with it. Whatever. Just paint the dog. Anywho, you guys are still here. We don't have that much left to go. Happy days. This is all the same glass that I started with. Alcohol activated paints. This palette is like from Indiana Jones. This is going someplace, I promise. Not anytime soon though. When like he walked into that big old cavern cave thing and there was this one item that was perfectly illuminated by a crack in the ceiling and the light was coming down and it was the choir of angels were singing. I don't know if that happened in the movie or not, but in my head that it did. And this is what was in the center. Alcohol activated makeup is only activated with either a special activator or 99% isopropyl alcohol. Not easy to find. Amazon, no pants. The fact that it's only activated with 99% isopropyl alcohol means it will only come off with 99% isopropyl alcohol. As a demonstration, so you know that when you buy this, you're not getting gypped or whatever, okay? Nothing. Nothing. One more time. Nothing. 99% isopropyl alcohol. Sorry. This is not cheap. They're not cheap. This is actually a smaller palette. They make bigger ones. This is the on-set palette, which means they use it on set. Don't use this near your eyeballs. Because if I have to explain to you why not to use 99% isopropyl alcohol near your eyeballs, you deserve to use 99% isopropyl alcohol around your eyeballs to see what happens. Darwin Award. You've been warned. Well, damn, you did it. You're still here. And you are so much smarter now than you were before. Welcome. So this video's done. Keep an eye out for the next one, which will be all the special effects stuff, which might actually be longer than this one because I like that stuff more than this one. And I have a lot more. And I don't mean like just items, I mean volume. Volume. Keep your eye out for new videos. Why wouldn't you take advice from somebody who keeps a gallon of blood on them at all times? Not on them, like within arm's reach. I'm gonna go do my hot dog happy boxer dance all the way into bed. Peace out. I don't know what that was. Okay, bye.